Hey everyone, it's Megan Gallagher, TEDx speaker, author, blogger, and mental health advocate for teenagers. I hope you all are having an amazing day today. I wanted to just share today. I had a really cool Reiki energy healing session with this wonderful lady named Debrah Hurst. She lives in San Diego, I think Encinitas area. And it was just really powerful. I just a little bit of background. I grew up in a really open-minded household where it was a lot of just holistic, just really. My parents are the amazing people. They're so open-minded and so into spirituality and just what can serve our children's highest good, not what we want for them, but what is best for our individual two daughters. And they've been the best parents ever. They are the loves of my life. And so my mom booked me a session today with this wonderful lady named Debrah. And I had a session with her, I think, like 4 months ago. And it just was really powerful today. The first session was in person, equally as powerful, but today was over Skype. But the things that she said to me really just like struck a chord with me. Like growing up, I'm 23 right now, but when I was 13 to 15, those ages, I had really bad body image issues. I really did not like the way I looked. I genuinely thought that I was ugly, and I did not think guys liked me, and I just kind of made this story of I'm the goofy, funny girl, but I'm too pale and my forehead is too big, and I I'm just not gonna ever like I guys aren't gonna view me in a romantic way. That's really what I thought. And I had some traumas in middle school, and the word trauma obviously means different things to different people, but everyone has their own traumas. Every person on this earth. Some people have been bullied, some people have been sexually assaulted, some people have been in a car crash, some people have had health scares, um, some people have, unfortunately been raped or seen, just other awful things. I think there's kind of a spectrum to it, but nothing is invalid. Everyone has traumas. Everyone has blocks. Everyone has stories and things passed down from their families. And um, it just was a really profound, almost 2 hours. It was an hour and a half long energy session, and it was over Skype. And we talked, and then she would put me under kind of like a hypnotic trance where she would just kind of walk me, like a guided meditation of like, you're walking downstairs and it's like a movie. You're watching your life on like a screen, and it's like a movie. And we just took it back because right now my skin is kind of acting up, kind of acne on my cheeks and stuff. Um, and I'm just a big believer in the mind body soul connection, and that there can be many reasons why we have illnesses or ailments or pain. The word disease, a lot of people say this, but it's like dis-ease. Our bodies are at dis-ease. Maybe like a chakra is off or something is just not in flow. Um, and it was just a really powerful session. Like, she just brought up two different things. I mean, I brought it up to her, but we kind of went back and healed it. And because we are the directors of our lives, our life is like a movie, and we are the directors. So I kind of rewrote it how it would have, how it went if it were in when it is in my favor, how the event would have gone. And it really was a very powerful kind of like I am powerful and I can heal myself. And I wanted to make this video to remind you all, one, whatever you are going through right now in your life, there is help, and you are not stuck. You can get therapy. I personally really recommend getting energy work through a Reiki healer. That psychics and just anything, because I believe that we store our emotions and traumas in our body and they can come through. I think the acne, because, I've been eating really clean. I don't do caffeine. I do not do alcohol. I don't do red meat. I do not do any dairy, eggs, gluten, no wheat. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I, wash my bed sheets all the time and clean my stuff with fragrance-free detergent. I'm doing celery juice every morning. I'm very picky about what I eat. I don't do any soy products or anything cooked in canola oil like at restaurants. So I'm very aware of, my body, and I'm a big believer in paying attention to how things feel in your body, and paying attention to what makes you feel better, not anyone else, what makes you feel better. And just sticking with that. And it's been a very interesting journey since I turned 20, just to go on what makes me happy and what makes my skin feel better, what makes my body feel more energized, what makes me feel prettiest, and just the self, inward soul journey that everyone should go on. And I think it started with my health scare. But so bringing it back today, it was just really profound. I had experiences in middle school where I was bullied, and it was traumatic. Trauma means different things to different people. For some people, something that others went through wouldn't be traumatic. Like, trauma is just an interesting word. And it just, I said it to her, and then she kind of brought me back, and, let's go back to 14-year-old Megan. How does 14-year-old Megan, what does that feel like in your body? Is it a pit in your stomach? Or is it a heavy, a heavy heart? Like, where are you at in your body? And it's just so fascinating. I hold so much energy in my stomach, your solar plexus, if you're into chakras and alignment and stuff. And your solar plexus, she explained to me, because she's very smart, Debrah said that that's where you kind of form your identity, and that's where you harness a lot of energy and confidence and stuff. So just so much stuff. Like, when she took me back, so long story short, I joined a volleyball team when I was in 7th grade, I think, and I was 13 at the time. It was not a part of school. It was like a city league volleyball team, and it was with other 13-year-old girls, and there was a sleepover. But, before the season started, so we could all get to know each other, we could make water bottles and bond, and it was super fun sleepover. I did not go to it because I had a family dinner, and I had never played volleyball before, so I wasn't aware that the first sleepover meant a lot, and that it was a big bonding moment for a team. I genuinely did not know that, so I did not go. And then I show up to the first practice a week later, and one girl on the team just made it her purpose just to target me and single me out. And anytime I missed a ball or just did anything, I'm not kidding you guys, anything, she just was like, Megan, come on, you missed it. Would just get so in my face and so aggressive, and it totally psyched me out, and it made me really uncomfortable. And so then I didn't play well because she was so intimidating to me that anytime she was around, I felt fear, and I felt, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's her, it's her, it's her, it's her, oh my god, what is she gonna do? She's gonna say something, I'm not gonna have a comeback, and I'm gonna embarrass myself in front of all these girls, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And her being around, her energy was just so, ill. I'm not saying she was gross, but just her energy was so negative and so just, hateful, and, always wanting to talk about, let's complain, and let's, pick on Megan or something, and then, she's literally like, come on, Megan, you missed that ball again, you can't, we're trying to win here, oh my gosh. And I remember after practice one day we were all, drinking water and stretching and sitting on the benches and stuff, and she was, everyone. It was 12 girls. We're all 13. We'll all go to different schools and the surrounding like county and the cities, and she's like, "Yo, Megan," I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Your forehead's so big you can land a plane on it," and I'm like, okay, like. It was one of those awkward moments where you're like, do I laugh at myself? Like, do I you're 13. I mean, you're just like, okay. And then of course I go home and I like cry my eyes out to my parents, and um it just was so awful. I mean, it was so mean to say that to someone like at 13. Like, my forehead, it's big and it's beautiful. Like, I love it. It's so big and it's luscious and it's beautiful, and it's all my whole family. It's genetic. We're all Swedish. And I believe that when your forehead is really big, it means you're very smart and it's fitting your big brain. Um, I just learned to love it. Like, I love my forehead. Like, um, and so that incident, and that's genuine, honest, that's that story. I joined the volleyball team. This one girl kind of singled me out. I think if you've ever been bullied, you can relate to that fear-based feeling of, oh my god, that it's like a shark lurking in the waters, and you're like, oh my god, I know they're there. I know they're around, and it's like you get the pins and needles hair on the back of your neck because you feel like they're gonna say something, or they look at you a wrong way, or you're like, you just feel like it's just fear. It's pure fear. It's pure fear, and you're just like, oh my god, if I do the wrong thing, she's gonna target me out, and then everyone's gonna laugh at me, and no one's going to like me, and then I'm going to be rejected, and it's all this like fear calculated weird stuff. But it's like, I mean, at that age though, and I fully forgive myself for that, because if I had known then what I had known now, I wouldn't be the same girl, because we're always learning and evolving as human beings. And so obviously now I'm an adult, and now I fully realize that she was going through a hard time, clearly, because I would never go up to someone and say, your forehead is big, or you're ugly, or I would never in my whole entire life do that, because that is so awful, and that is so saying, because what person who's happy and secure with themselves would ever say that to another person? I do not know. But yeah, so that was one major incident. And that was a big trauma for me, because I didn't like it when someone, just kept on like pushing my buttons, or would just make me feel uncomfortable. And so then I didn't play well and all this stuff. And so she brought that up, and that was very interesting to go back to that 14-year-old self and to feel like the insecure pit in my stomach. And I actually, when we were doing the hypnotic trance today, I felt so much heat. It felt like I had heartburn. Like, I felt like so much heat in my stomach just coming up and like just coming out. And I started coughing after, and it was so crazy. I had like a sore throat, and it's just, our bodies store so much energy in different places. Maybe it's your heart, maybe it's your stomach. If you have a lot of panic attacks, it's a lot of energy and adrenaline going to your stomach. So crazy how that happened, and that really affected me. And I haven't thought about that moment in years. I have not thought about that moment in years. How her doing that made me feel not good enough, and I felt really ugly. And that comment just triggered me when she's like, your forehead's so big you could land a plane on it. I laughed it off, and then went home and cried to my parents, and I was like, for hours, I was like, I'm not pretty enough. No, what? This is why no guys like me. And I genuinely mean this. Like, I was like, this is why no guys like me. Can you get surgery to make your forehead smaller? Like, I really mean it. Like, I could get teary-eyed now talking about it, but like, I thought I was so ugly. I thought I was so not pretty. And I was like, this is why no guys dance with me at the dance. Like, it really was a crazy time in my life. And it was not my parents are angels. Nothing that they said, it was just myself. And just myself, purely myself. I didn't think I looked like anybody around me. Um, it was just a hard time. And so that was one thing. And then um, the other was this other event in eighth grade. It's all in middle school. That was a 13 to 15, like 13 to 15, 16, was a really hard time in my life. With I had really extreme body image issues. Never an eating disorder, but I had major body image issues, and I constantly compared myself, and I just did not think I was pretty enough. And I had these repeating stories of I have to be a people pleaser, and I have to make up for something because I'm not pretty, so I have to be really funny. Um, yeah, I mean, that was basically it. And so the other event, it was in eighth grade, and this girl, one of my old friends in my friend group, there's all the dances in eighth grade, like the not like homecoming in eighth grade, but just all like the silly dances and all these dances, and it's like it's dorky, it's eighth grade, and everyone has braces, and it's like whatever. And me and my little friend group would go all the time, and we'd wear like cool little outfits, like spandex shorts and like the black spandex, like athletic volleyball pants, whatever, and like cut up shirts, and it was like cute in middle school. And I remember no guys would ask me to slow dance. To me, that was not a big deal. I never was like, oh my god, it's because I'm like guys weren't really on my radar in eighth grade. I was really too focused on hating my body and just not thinking I'm pretty enough. And I just wasn't really focused on like, oh my god, that guy's looking at me. So I was focused more on the negative stuff of just I'm not good enough, so I have to be really insecure, and I have to watch every move and be very like, oh my god, if I do too much, and then I'll do like just so insecure. And so the dance, no guy would ever ask me to slow dance, which I didn't care. I would go to the back table and eat the donut holes, and I was like chill with my other friends. But this one girl, my friend group, every time she was really into boys, and I think people mature at different levels, and sometimes like I just feel like people mature at different levels, and sometimes it can be at just different paces, and I think I definitely just wasn't not developed, but I just I don't know. Like, she was really into boys, and I just wasn't. I didn't have that confidence yet, but I think people blossom at different ages. And so, we had these dances, and during the slow songs, she would always get asked to dance by guys, and, she had, like, boyfriends all the time and whatever, and that was her thing. I didn't really care. And then, so around Valentine's Day in the middle school, you could send people like carnations, like from a secret admirer. You could write a note. You could send them to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, if you had a crush, whatever. And it was like a really interesting time because I had never had a boyfriend in eighth grade at that point. I don't think a lot of people have boyfriends. I mean, it's like middle school. And I remember she sent me. Well, so I didn't know it. So in my history class, one of our teachers like dresses up as like Cupid or something creepy, and the teacher comes in and passes out the carnations, and they say like, oh my gosh, you have a secret admirer, whatever, and it's Valentine's Day and it's cute. And I got one, and I was like, holy Chicago, I have a like, and I was freaking out. I had never had any male attention because I was just so insecure. I had the braces, my hair was up to here, but it wasn't about my looks. It was about truly, I did not feel pretty enough. I didn't even like look guys in the eyes. I felt like I was the goofy, ugly, always just the funny friend. I'm not going to be viewed in a romantic way. And I mean, it's still a healing journey that I have to go on with that. But it's just been really fascinating. But so I got a carnation, and for 2 weeks I'm like, oh my god, who is it? Ah, like freaking out. And I was telling my friends, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is happening. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And they were like, oh my god, who is it? Who is it? Who do you think it is? And then week 3 comes, and the one friend who always slow danced with all the guys and was kind of like the ringleader of our group, she pulls me aside at lunch one day and she says, Megan, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, what? And she's like, so I actually wrote that card to you. I sent that to you because I felt so bad for you because no one ever asked you to dance. And I was like, I mean, my first reaction was like, what? Like, why? Like, I don't know. Like, this is kind of weird. Um, and I was just really confused. I was like, okay. And then I got really sad because I'm like, oh my god, it's not from a guy. And then I walked home crying because my house was like 500 feet from the school. I walked home crying and I was really upset and I like cried to my mom and um, I was like, oh my god, she sent me a fake card because she felt like this is so embarrassing. And um, that moment came up too. And it just was really interesting. Um, I hadn't thought about those moments in so long, and it's just crazy how much stuff can affect you. Like, those moments, and every time she brought me back visually, like, okay, you're walking down the stairs, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you open the door. Like, what do you see? How do you feel? What does 14-year-old Megan feel like? And it just was really crazy to go back into that really insecure, like, just state of I'm so anxious and I'm so not pretty enough and I don't know how to like flirt with guys and I don't know how to like look guys in the eyes and like be comfortable. Like I don't know how to like interact with boys and like feel confident. Like I really genuinely felt that way. And it was just a really interesting day and I just wanted to make this video just to share with you all, like, everyone has traumas, everyone has blocks, everyone has things that they have to work on. Everyone has, whether you were 6 years old and you were wearing a swimsuit and someone called you fat. I hate using that word, but someone said, oh my god, you look so big in that swimsuit, that dress. Maybe you were in a car crash. Maybe you had a health scare. Like, maybe your parents got divorced. Maybe someone cheated on you. Maybe someone broke your broke your heart. Like, people go through stuff all the time. Maybe alcohol addiction, abuse. Um, I mean, I had a genuinely very happy childhood, very positive, but that still doesn't mean my traumas are invalid or not hard enough to be real. Everyone has stuff, and I just want, in this second chapter of my life, which has been very healing for me, um, like, I just like being honest, and I like being very open with people, and just letting people know, like, you're okay, and it's not the end of the world, and you can make it 5 more minutes, and I just love being, like, honest and just really open, and I struggled severely with body image issues, and completely people-pleasing and comparing myself, and I would go home crying a lot of nights if, I was at a dance and no boy asked me to dance, and I just felt so not good enough, and so I just became the goofy, funny friend, and I mean, this is genuinely how I felt, and going back to that place emotionally today was really crazy. Um, it's just, I mean, I've always been, but one thing though I am proud of is that I never once, whatever I went through, I never once made somebody else feel bad. I never once in my whole life ever put someone else down because of I wasn't feeling good about myself that day. I never once ever did that in my whole entire life. Um, I'm proud of myself for doing that because that's not fair, and that's what bullying is. When you put someone else down because you can't stand to look at the person in the mirror, or you're insecure, or you hate yourself. Your parents are fighting and you're angry and you're going to take it out on someone. Like, that stuff isn't okay. And that's when you have to be self-aware and take responsibility for yourself. Of, you can't pick on someone else and expect to feel healed for what you are going through, the individual, because it's not that person's fault. And I think everyone goes through traumas and events in their life. I just struggled. I thought I was so not pretty for so many years, and I feel like I wasted so much time and energy comparing myself to other people when it's such a waste of time because everyone is genetically built different and hereditary and race and where your family and ancestors are from and like just all that stuff. It's so not worth it to compare yourself to people. It's just not. It's silly. And I really wish I told myself that then. So, though now I'm in the second chapter of my life and I'm healing myself through speaking at high schools and sharing my story with teenagers because I'm telling them what I wished someone had told me when I was that age, and what I wish someone had come to this school and given me advice about and let me know that, oh my gosh, you're not alone, and this part of your life is about this big, and you should just enjoy the ride, enjoy the moment, because it's going to change, and um, this isn't forever. Your body's going to change, and everything's going to be fine. And I so wished that someone told me all that. Like, I just feel like I wasted so much time comparing and just doing the stupid, silly stuff. So I've dedicated this whole next chapter of my life to healing teenagers and speaking at high schools and middle schools about loving yourself and um, being happy and taking control of your mind, body, and soul, finding your passions and all that stuff, and my tips and tools for advice about how I've overcome everything. No, it has not been easy, but this is my path. This is my soul's calling, and um, it's healing for me. It's full circle for me to go back and to speak at a high school and to share my advice, and it's really healing for me. So I know I'm on the right path. And it's a special thing, and I just feel like so many teenagers are struggling, and that age is just so sensitive for a lot of people, and it's where a lot of people shape and form who they are, but so much of it isn't even who they are. It's because it's what someone said to them 5 years ago. It's what they think. It's like, it's not even them, but they think it's them. It's their parents' energy. It's someone bullied them. It's not even them, but it's like they live their life by it, and they're like, well, no, because I make this amount of money, because I was told that. It's like, if I it's just like, life is so great. You have to just enjoy the moment and wear the tank top and show off your beautiful forehead and um just like freaking love yourself. Like, oh my gosh. It's like life is so short. I don't like it just today was really powerful for me. It brought up a lot of stuff, a lot of pain that I have to sort through and just go through on my own. It Nothing my parents did to me. They were angels, they still are. It's just me. I put myself through a lot of comparing. Um and I felt so ugly. Like, I felt like, but I look back at pictures of myself now and I'm like, you're so pretty. Like, oh my gosh, Like, I still think I'm pretty. And I know I'm beautiful, and I know that I'm more than my body and face, and so I'm like a soul. But um, I really love speaking, and I love helping people. Um, and I never want a teenager to feel uneducated or not confident enough in the fact that they can do what they want, they can heal from stuff, and they can make a living doing what they love. That's what I want every teenager to know. Um, and I'm just excited for the future and just, following my passions. I love being open and honest now, and I feel like I used to be such a people pleaser when I was younger. I never felt pretty enough. I was bullied for my forehead and um, other things, but I always wanted to make other people feel good. I never once in my whole life put someone else down or made someone else feel dumb, and I never continued the chain of bullying or being mean. I never once did that because I was raised better, and I know that it's just kindness is way more impactful, and that you never really know what someone is going through behind closed doors and why they're hurting and why they do what they do. Um, and just to heal it and to move on and just to forgive, it it takes more energy, and you have to put in work to feel better. That's what I've realized, but it's yeah, I just feel like I just should have loved myself so much more. Like, I'm such a great person, and I just feel like this second chapter of my life is going to be crazy. I feel like it's going to be very powerful for me to um, help teenagers and to share my story. And, I didn't go to college. I did 1 year of community college. I dropped out. I hated it. It didn't feel right to me. I didn't see a point in higher education. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but my soul's calling was to heal myself through helping other people. And I think everyone goes through different stuff in their life, and today was just so powerful. And Deborah is such an incredible lady. Um, if any of you, I just recommend so much like Reiki and energy healing and shifting old thought beliefs and patterns and stories. Um, like just getting rid of them. They don't serve anything negative or ego based or fear based, doesn't serve your soul's truth. That's the stuff that's keeping you stuck in the mud. It's just my life right now. It's been full of spiritual awakening, just like tons of crazy downloads. And I think this time in my life, it's like I'm single. I don't have a boyfriend. Um, and I think that's for a reason. Like I do have genuine friends in LA, but I think this time for Megan Walls Gallagher, 23, is healing. It's healing, um, and it's just moving on, just healing. I think that's just the theme. It's just healing. And I'm just excited for it. I've spent so many of my years people pleasing and giving to other people and not wanting anyone else to feel like how crappy I felt. Not all the time. And I never have had depression, thank the universe. Um, I've only had anxiety and body image issues and people pleasing stuff. And I kept it so hidden because I was embarrassed that people wouldn't want to be friends with me because it was weird to have anxiety, and they would think it's too much, or oh my gosh, Megan is the one with anxiety, we can't invite her here because it's gonna be this burden, this thing. But now that I'm an adult, a young adult, it like it's so crazy how honest I am. I never thought that I would get to a point in my life where I felt comfortable sharing that I have it, and that I'm still a human being and I'm doing what I love and I'm doing the best I can and I'm, following my dreams and I want to help people. I was put on this earth to help people. That's what I know. I was put on this earth to heal people, and I believe that our pain is our purpose in life, and that's what I stick to. I just feel like we go through things, and the bigger picture of it is to heal and help other people through it on the like get to the point where you are. And I'm just excited for the next chapter of my life. Like, it's just been such a long time coming. Like, it's just, there are no words. Today was just really powerful, and a lot of like under hypnosis stuff with Debrah, a lot of going back to that age of 14, um, and just just the feelings I felt all the time, like a merry-go-round all the time. I'm not pretty enough. That girl is tanner than me, so that's why she has a boyfriend and I don't. My forehead's too big. That's why no guys ask me to dance at the school dances. And it's it's just so crazy when you realize like what your purpose on this earth is like it's way bigger than you think it is, and we all are souls having a human experience. We're not human beings. Like, our body is just a body. I'm a soul. Like, my body really isn't me. I chose this body in this lifetime to teach me certain things, probably about fully loving myself, but I'm already beautiful and gorgeous. I mean, I already know that. But it takes a while for you to actually feel it yourself and to go on that journey. And I've always been very open um, to healing and just being mature and healing and working through my own stuff so I can be a great inspirational speaker for teenagers, and so I can just help the next generation, and I can just be a good sister, a good daughter, and a good friend, and one day, a great girlfriend, one day hopefully like a great wife, mother, all that stuff. I just want to like heal myself, move on, and write books and audio tapes and make a clothing line, and just help teenagers. Like, that age for me is just, I struggled so badly, and I know a lot of people do, and I understand that, but I struggled so bad with body image stuff. I just the constant overthinking stuff. Um, it was just such a crazy time in my life, and I'm really grateful that I get to spend the second chapter of my life, just serving and being an instrument of the universe and just seeing where that takes me. And I really just want to help other people. Like, that's all I want to do. Like, I don't know what else the universe has in store for me, but yeah, I'm just excited. So that was kind of my, explanation of the Reiki healing session I had today. The first one was on the phone with Debrah about 4 months ago, and then today was on a Skype call at my WeWork office in Santa Monica, and it was just very powerful. Her name is Debrah Hurst. She lives in Encinitas in San Diego, and she's a wonderful woman, a wonderful human being, and she has major abilities, and I just suggest to anyone who wants to heal stuff, and never belittle what you've been through or your own traumas, or everyone has been through stuff. It doesn't matter if you, like, I had a very great childhood, like, very positive, extremely positive, but I still have blocks and issues with myself and self-esteem, and I'm pretty enough, and I've outgrown the 14-year-old Megan. Um, I still have stuff I have to like work through and heal. So it just says everyone does. But I believe that there are many options to doing that, whether that is therapy, Reiki healing, hypnotherapy, past life regression, um, whatever you choose to do. If any of you guys have any questions or comments, or you want to know more, or how do I find, wherever you live, a great Reiki person, energy worker, EFT tapping person, hypnotherapy, whatever it is, just comment on this video, and I will definitely reply. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I love helping people. Like, that's all I want to do my whole entire life is just helping people. I went through a lot, and I always just want to just send love to people and just be a beacon of hope, and just be a good example, and just be positive. Like, I just heal through stuff and just help other people. That's what I've always wanted to do my whole life. And now I get to do it. Sorry, my nose kind of runny. Yeah. But yeah, comment on the video if you guys have any questions. Just want to know more, want to get recommendations. If you also live in Los Angeles, like Southern California. Yeah, I send you all so much love and healing energy, and know that you aren't alone, and it always starts with you. And, I think it's always better to take time for yourself and to work on yourself and to heal yourself, and then the rest will follow. And just trust the universe, trust in divine timing, and just trust that things happen for a reason. They really do. Trust your intuition, and just heal yourself. Take time for yourself today. Do a guided meditation. Do you come first. It's your life. Everything else comes second. Your friends, your family, your relationships, your boyfriends, girlfriends, your health and your wealth and your temple, your body, they come first. So just heal yourself. Just get a Reiki session, whatever fits you best. A psychic session, a medium session, connecting with someone from the other side. You need closure. Whatever your soul needs to feel better, just do it. Just trust it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. And yeah, I'm excited because my skin, this shadow is annoying. I'm trying to show you guys. Every time I dip down. Acne. All acne. But I am doing affirmations in my diet. Like I said, everything is so healthy. I am doing the affirmations. I am doing the visualizations of this is all gone. I want to clear out my chakras. I want to clear out any yucky, because we can't heal ourselves. And that is one thing I want to leave you all with today, is that Debrah said, is because we can all heal ourselves. That's the fact of life. If you have acne, you have pain in your heart chakra, your heart was broken, we can all heal ourselves. It's a pretty powerful thing. And I just want to share that all with you. We can heal ourselves. I'm not going to get too into it, but if you feel like you are anxious or sad or overwhelmed and you're feeling a wide range of emotions, yes, there is a medical opinion and Western medicine side to stuff. My personal belief is kind of more of the mind-body-soul connection and the Reiki healing energy work. So if any of you guys have questions on it, feel free to comment. But I just want to make this video just to share with you guys, what I'm personally doing in my life right now. Just along with the TEDx talk, and it's amazing, and I'm so excited. And so many more projects coming. But it's I've been doing a lot of inner work and a lot of Reiki healing, a lot of energy kind of spiritual shifting. because that's what I resonate with now. And it's just been a really profound experience, and a lot of things, you know, it's all coming together of like why I do that and how I interact with people is um because, you know, example, because my friend, the carnation thing in 8th grade, when she sent me that flower but it wasn't from a guy, it's like all these things that I'm like healing and removing because they don't serve me. That pain and that lingering sadness does not serve me as an adult. And Deborah is so smart in the way that she got to the root of it. But, you know, it wasn't like a normal therapy session, and it wasn't like a, you know, questioning or digging for answers. It was just, what's the first thing that comes to your head when you think of, oh my god, that memory, like that pain? What is the immediate pain in your body? Like, is it the heart? Is it the stomach? Where does it fit in your body? And how can you heal it? And I just want to extend love to you all wherever you are. You are not alone. I'm here for you guys. I was put on this earth to heal people. I know that for a fact. I've been told that in many readings, and I have felt that my whole entire life. Um, so, yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Stay tuned for all the more projects coming. But really, the main point of this video is just to show what I've been personally healing through right now in my life, along with running my own business and, you know, living in Los Angeles and traveling a lot for work and stuff. I've been doing a lot of Reiki and a lot of healing sessions. My skin hasn't been that great. It's a lot of cystic acne, and it sometimes makes me feel embarrassed when I do these talks in front of teenagers, and I'm wanting, and I am this role model, but it's like I'm going up in front of them and I'm like, hey guys, and I have, you know, acne and stuff, but and it's like adult acne, and I never thought I would experience that as a teenager. um but yeah, it's been a wild ride. It's been crazy. So I hope you guys have an amazing night, and just love yourself. I know people say it a lot, but just love yourself. I think the rest comes after that. When you love yourself truly, wholly, and you really, really work on yourself, the rest comes after. So I hope you guys have an amazing night tonight. And if you have any questions about Reiki healing or energy work or hypnotherapy, EFT tapping, cognitive behavioral therapy, um, comment a thing below. I've truly done it all since I was 14 years old. Now I'm 23. It's not embarrassing, and it's not weird to say I have a therapist or I need help or anything. So I hope you guys have an amazing evening, and I will see you later.